Hello, I'm so excited. How y'all doing? How are you doing? Look, we are over here doing it up in the studio. Look what I said. We are live here in Clubhouse and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and live here at Find Your Heart. So thank y'all so much for joining on Instagram, wherever you're tuning in on. I'm just excited for you to be here. So I'm Rhonda, and you've been seeing that I've been going live, and I'm looking down because I want to make sure I have all the notes that I want to talk to you about. I'm so excited about having this conversation today about being single, tired of waiting, so it's time to start dating. Those of you that's joining on Clubhouse, if you have something that you want to say, just go ahead and raise those hands and I will welcome you to the stage. So, hello to all of my Clubhouse listeners. Hello to all of my Instagram listeners and Facebook and YouTube. If you're tuning in to the replay and you're on social media, please make sure you put hashtag replay to be sure to comment and make sure that I am looking when you're going forth, because when you comment and you're watching the replay, I'm going to come back and look at your notes and answer your questions. So again, welcome everyone. If you're watching the replay, again, push hashtag replay. So as you're tuning in, just take a few minutes and let me know where you are tuning in from. All right. I know Lydia is here tuning in all the way from Michigan. Go ahead and put in the comments where you're tuning in from while we're getting these things started. And if you're in Clubhouse, again, if you want to raise your hand to contribute to this conversation on today, I will be more than happy to bring you on stage. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I have my amazing partner in crime on the other side of this film, helping me with questions and letting me know where you guys are tuning in from. So today I'm going to talk about three things you can do. What's up? North Carolina is in the house. Three things that you can do during your single experience if you are tired of waiting and you want to date. Now, it is no surprise that we are in a pandemic. So the three things that I'm going to share with you on today are going to be things that you can implement now, even in a pandemic. Get excited. Get excited. Three things you can do today if you're single, tired of waiting, and ready to date. First thing I just want to tell you is dating takes you being ready to collect a lot of information without physical involvement. Now, I just wanted to set the house that's where I'm coming from. Dating takes you wanting to collect a lot of information without being physically involved. Let me just put a pause right there, because that's something different that the world doesn't talk about and people don't talk about. People always want to taste it and try it before they actually get into a serious relationship. But that's not where we're coming from today. Yes, thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. I'm glad you're agreeing with me. That is not where we're coming from today. Dating is really, really about you collecting the information before getting physically involved. In fact, the three strategies that I'm going to share today will help you not only attract the person that you're interested in, but we're going to have a discussion about the struggles and the current dating scene. All right, y'all excited? Anybody ready to come on the stage? I'm excited for you to come on the stage. If you're excited to come on the stage, just raise your hand and I'll bring you. Or if you have questions or comments, put it in the comment section. Do we have any questions or comments right now? All right, we want to shout out Christina. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Imani, thank you so much for joining. Are y'all excited about this conversation? Because we're going to be talking about things that people don't want to talk about, specifically in the Christian church. So let me just tell you a little bit of the story real quick. When I was single, the church would tell me, And I'm sure y'all have heard this before. The church and scriptures lets us know, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor with the Lord. Well, am I the only one that felt like you had to be hidden under a rock in order for this scripture to relate, in order for a man to find you? Am I the only one? Please let me know. Please let me know. But for a long time, I felt like I could not be seen in order for a man to be attracted to me. And I don't know about you fellas. I see you, Princess. I don't know about if y'all feel the same way as far as all this pressure to have to approach a woman and find the right person. Just let me know. I don't want to be by myself in this conversation. Let me know if you understand kind of where I'm coming from. And so I thought I had to be in a place where I could not be seen. I had to be humble and unnoticed in order for a man or a brother to look my way. And I found myself, y'all, one time go to work, go to church, come home. Go to work, go to church, and come home. Now, if you're doing that, you are hiding too much. You're just hiding too much. I know with pandemic things are not open, but you just hiding too much. You are not finding out enough about yourself or anybody else for that matter for them to see you or even communicate with you. So, and I know there's tons of dating apps out there. Swipe left, swipe right. You swipe left, the person look like they crazy. You swipe right, the person look like they're gonna come and attack you. So I'm not saying you have to do all that either. But look at him. Thank you, husband. He had to come bring me my ring because I was rushing. I'm not saying you have to do all that either. But how is he or she gonna find you if you don't want to be found? I'm just saying. So you single, you tired of waiting. So let's start dating. So during that time, I was like scared to talk to anybody. I wouldn't ask a guy any questions. I wouldn't ask the guy if he was interested in going out with me. I wasn't sure if a guy liked me or not. I started to think, well, what's wrong with me? And I hope I'm not the only person who has been through that. But what's wrong with asking a guy out? What's wrong with asking a guy out? What's wrong with asking a female? Yes, yes. If he says no or she says no, then at least you can move on and mark them off the list of possibilities. I can probably tell you that I have stayed up many of nights, okay, many of nights, really just wondering if the guy liked me or not, wondering if he was attracted to me or not. But that's not what God wants for us. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready for the tips? If you're ready for the tips, give me some hearts, give me some likes. Y'all on Clubhouse? I don't see anybody raising their hand yet, but if you want to come on the stage, we will give you permission to come on the stage and share. Y'all ready for the tips? Y'all ready for the tips? If you're ready for the tips, put I'm ready. I'm ready for the tips. I'm ready for the tips. Okay. Yes, I see your comments. I see your comments. I see your comments. Somebody said there isn't anything wrong with it, but I be nervous. We're gonna get through all of that. We're gonna get through all of that tonight on the live. So number one, y'all ready? Tip number one. This is what I did, and I know some other powerful women and men who have did this, and it worked. I would like for you to try it. So tip number one is do a non-negotiable list. A non-negotiable list. And I know some of y'all are probably like, well, what is a non-negotiable list? And why should I do this if I'm trying to date? Um, a non-negotiable list basically is a list of things that when somebody comes into your life that you like or they like you, that you have no non-negotiables. Like for me, One of my non-negotiables is I didn't want my husband to have a sexually transmitted disease. Hello, I didn't want to have to deal with that. So things like that. I didn't want my husband to be a smoker, right? So I put that in my non-negotiable list. Yes, yes, the list works. The list works. Take time, y'all, like tonight, today, to do your non-negotiable list because it really does work. If you don't know what you want, how do you know when that thing arrives? If you don't know what you want, one day you want this, the next day you want this, the next day you don't want that because somebody hurts you, so you don't want that no more. But seriously, write down a non-negotiable list, things that you will not tolerate in a relationship. And look, seriously, if you don't know what you want, then how can you invite somebody else to be a part of your life and you don't recognize it? Right. Put the non-negotiables down. Now, y'all just don't listen to me. I want you to take about 15, 30 minutes, 2 days, however long it's going to take. If you really serious about dating and moving forward, you need to know what you want and what you like so that you can recognize the counterfeits from the real deal. Because there's a lot of counterfeits out there. Hello. But you're going to keep getting counterfeits if you don't make your list. Write the vision and make it plain. Hallelujah. Okay, I'm just kidding. Y'all doing good on Clubhouse? Anybody want something, have something to say on Clubhouse or social media? I got a question for you. What is something that you would put on your list? I'm going to pause because I'm serious about you all moving from waiting to dating. What is something that you would put on your list? Go ahead, put it in the chat. I want to see it. I want to see it. All right. Somebody said he must be saved. For real. No compromise. All right, put it in the chat. What else? What else would you put on your non-negotiable list? Come on, brothers. I want to hear from y'all too. No previous children. That's serious. If you don't want to have to deal with previous children or previous mothers, they're living or deceased, put it on your non-negotiable list. What else? What else? What else? Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Those of you that's married, it's okay. I understand. Put in something that maybe you had on your list. You can put it down. All right. So keep putting your comments down because I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. Even if you're watching this replay, you need to list one thing or two things that you're starting off with your non-negotiable list. All right. How about clarity about what he wants? Because if you got a confused man or woman, you're gonna have a confused relationship. One day you're gonna be up and one day you're gonna be down. But no, that is not your portion. Okay? That is not your portion. Yes, the ability to communicate. And how about communication in different ways? I want you to even make that non-negotiable list even specific. You want them to be able to communicate through words. You want them to be able to communicate through letters, whatever. The ability to communicate how. Be specific. If you're really serious about moving from singleness to actually dating to marry. Okay, hello, employed. High five. Can I high five you on that one too? Y'all, seriously, take the time, get your journal out, and write down. Get excited about God meeting your desires. Get excited about that and write down everything, anything you can think of. I might even share my list with y'all. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Point number two. Y'all ready for point number two? Here we go. Here we go. Now, some of y'all might disagree with this, but I think and I believe, because I'm telling you what worked, write down a list of people who you're attracted to. Now, I'm not talking about Idris Elba, people that you like that's already taken. And I'm not talking about somebody that maybe you don't necessarily know, but you have people that you follow on social media or in your church, at your job, that you may be attracted to. Now, if you say you ain't attracted to them, then I'm gonna have to say, hold on now, something's wrong. But write down a list. This is the next tip. Write down a list of people who you're attracted to. Seriously. Now, why is this important? This is important because I'm going to tell you that you got to move on what you're attracted to. Write it down. And when you write it down, you will begin to see some patterns about yourself. Are you mainly attracted to people who look a certain way? Are you mainly attracted to people who have specific jobs? Are you mainly attracted to people who, I don't know, cheat? But write it down. Write the list down. Write the list down. Write the list down. And this is what I want to ask you next. What is that key thing that you look for when you're attracted to someone? Ah! What is that key thing that you look for when you are attracted to someone? That's a question. Put the answers in the chat. I want to see. Point number 2 is, who are you attracted to? And what is that key thing that you look for? That key thing that you look for. Because this is important. This is going to lead up to point number 3. You need to do 2 before you do 3. What do you look for? So for me, I'm going to just tell you, I was always attracted to tall, dark-skinned men. I don't know why. I just was always attracted. They had to be tall. That was just me. And they had to wear glasses. Now, if you know anything about me, you know my husband is tall, dark-skinned, and wear glasses. I don't know, but that's just something I was attracted to. Maybe you're attracted to people not necessarily how they look, but how they act. Literally, write down all the people you are attracted to. Like, write their names down. Write their names down. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Write their names down, like the person's name. So if I went, okay, I can't go there yet. I'm gonna tell you that in point number 3. So, ready for point number 3? Let's go to point number 3. Now this goes with point number 2. But point number 3 is, some people ain't gonna like it. Show yourself friendly. Did y'all just hear him laugh? Show yourself friendly. Now, you're going to show yourself friendly to all the people whose names you listed. Now, if you didn't have no one to list, that just means you need to go out a little more. You need to go meet some people. You need to maybe be on social media a little more, because you need to be attracted to somebody. Somebody, I would think you would be, but they can't be taken, y'all. They cannot be in a relationship. Come on, women, stop sliding in DMs to these men who's married and vice versa. Okay, so the point number 3, show yourself friendly. Why is this important? Because if they don't know you and they don't see you, then how are they going to know about you? Let me say it again. If they don't know you, if they don't see you, how are they going to know about you? Now, that could have just been me. But I would pray, oh Lord, this is me. I used to pray, oh God, let him come to church so he can see me. And then he came to church and saw me and didn't say nothing. I'm just saying. So it's okay. Catch this, y'all. It's okay to slide in the DM without being slimy. My. It's okay to slide in the DM without being slimy. That's how you can show yourself friendly. And I'm gonna tell y'all this is the first time I admitted this. I slid in my now husband's DM. I sure enough did, on Twitter. I said, hey, how are you doing? How are things still going? I didn't send him no pornographic picture of me. And I definitely didn't send him nothing vulgar, but I just checked on him. I just checked on him. Oh my goodness. What does that say, honey? I can't read that. Slide without being slimy. Yes, slide without being slimy. So I have a question for you. What would you say in the person's DM who you're interested in? Go ahead, put it down there. We're being bold. We are being bold on today. What would you say? What questions do you have about sliding in the DM? I'm just saying. What's that? But there it is. Well, there it is. Right. Just do it. It's okay, y'all. If they reject you, then that means they're not for you. Again, mark that person off and keep it moving. I'm just trying to release some of y'all in y'all minds of being scared of being rejected, and also stop when you release somebody from your life because they're not interested in you or you're not interested in them. That's mind capacity that you can use for something else. Now, okay, I wasn't gonna be up here this long, but I thought of a bonus. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus, another bonus, a tip. Woo, if you're ready to move from being singleness to dating. Okay, I wasn't gonna share this one, but I am. Y'all ready for it? Give me some hearts. Give me some love. I'm gonna bring some of these people on the stage that's up here on Clubhouse. See if they have anything they want to say. Give me some hearts and give me some love. Okay, so this is tip number 4. Y'all ready? Again, if you're watching for the replay, make sure that you answer these questions and share. So, okay, here goes. Number 4 is the bonus. I'm gonna say it slow. Stop listening to people who aren't you more than you listen to God. Stop listening to people trying to tell you who you should be with more than you listen to God. They are not going to be with you if you decide to marry this person. They're not going to be in the household with you. You got to know for yourself that you are attracted to this person and that you like this person. Did y'all not know that most people in the Christian community, over almost half of people get a divorce? Christians, I don't know what it is, but I don't want you to be in that number. So make sure you listen to God before you listen to other people. I'm just saying. I don't care who they are. They could be your parents, but listen to God. What is God saying? Do you like that person? Okay. Don't do it to yourself. Don't be 70 still listening to your parents and friends and everybody else has moved on with their life. Glory be to God. Okay. So I'm just saying. What questions do y'all have? What comments do you have? Anybody got any questions? Because we have to finish this conversation. I like talking about dating and relationships and what the Bible says and what works and doesn't work. Now I'm not saying I know everything because I know some people know a whole lot of stuff, and I might invite them on. But if you want to continue this conversation and you have like specific questions, please put it below. I'll come back and check. And if you didn't know, there is a Finding Your Heart podcast. It's called the Finding Your Heart podcast, where yours truly, I'm the host. And last year I did a whole series on dating. And so you can check it out. I believe it's like episodes 30 through 40. You can check it out on iTunes. You can check it out on Spotify and everything. So let me pause because I love my Clubhouse listeners. We're going to pause for a moment. Anybody on Clubhouse have anything they want to contribute or say? We're going to give you a second. You can talk at this time.
Sure. This conversation is just so timely. One thing that I would say, when you were having the participants write down what we are attracted to, the saying is true. We attract what we are, right? We attract what we are. And just as it's important that, whoever you're wanting to date or potentially marry has a vision for their future and know who they are, it's equally, if not more important, that when we are wanting or maybe in waiting, that we spend some time really getting to know who we are and what we want. Right. Because at the end of the day, when you marry someone, you're bringing all of you to them. And so, it's important for us to focus on making ourselves better while we're waiting.
Yes. Yes, thank you for sharing that. It is important for us to make ourselves better while we're waiting. Because a lot of times we just want to rush and just get married, and then we get married and we don't have any value or we're miserable. So don't get tired. Oh, we got a comment before I carry on. Let me see if I can read it. What if you are ready for a relationship and they are just doing them? It could be that person could be just straggling you along, because that happened to me a lot, where you're ready for a relationship, but the other person's like, I'm not ready. Especially men. Sometimes men want to have certain things in place before they get into a serious relationship. They could be straggling you along, they could be playing the field, but also sometimes it means that they want to get some other things in place before they bring you into their world. And so, one a tip that I can give you about guarding your heart is having that hard conversation with whomever you're talking to, and saying, hey, I'm really interested in you. I do want to take this relationship to the next level, but it seems like you are not ready for something like this. Is there a reason why you're not ready? Use those words, because if they really care for you, then they're going to be honest about where they are and what they want to do. A lot of times, we as women, we don't want to have those conversations, but those conversations are the ones that guard our heart. They keep us from getting overly involved with someone who may not be ready. And it's okay if they're not ready, but everybody, men and women, you deserve to know where somebody is concerning you, and you deserve to make that decision if you want to stay or not. But you have to have that conversation. I hope that helps. I think we have another question or comment. Let's see. Why is why is it that many times when being single, women in a certain denomination, the men in the same denomination marry women that look, dressed, yes, nothing like us. They often like them spicier. That's why I say be you. Yes. Who knows? It could be. I'm not saying my husband's laughing. It could be just their preference. They want a little more spice, a little more promiscuity. They want somebody that want to show all that. But let me tell you something. That doesn't mean that the man out there for you isn't out there. Okay? It does not mean that the man out there for you is not out there, and that he would not like you just the way you are. Okay? So don't, yeah, you're exactly right. Be you. Don't change. And please don't start dressing some type of way that you're not used to, or that you don't want to, because that's going to attract the wrong person. So let them do what they do, and you keep doing what you know to do is right, because the person that's for you is for you. I hope that helps. Okay, the person that's for you is for you. And if oh, I love this lady. Her name is Tabitha Brown on YouTube. And she always says, coins this term. If I'm going to do this, whatever people do, she's like, nah, that's my business. So let them do their business, and you focus on being the fabulous you that you are. Okay? Because you're fabulous, and there's somebody exactly for you. All right. Okay, so anything else before we move forward? Any questions or comments? Because y'all, I didn't plan on being up here. Yes, be you. You are the prize. My very first podcast was being the best you. Go check it out, the Find Your Heart podcast. Episode 1, I think it is episode 1 and 2. I'm so excited y'all join me for this live. Look, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. People like to pop off the live before it's over. But I do want to thank you for joining me for my first clubhouse and my first live. Before you leave, I just want to ask you one big favor. And one big favor. If we was in church, somebody said, look at your neighbor and say one big favor. So put a one in the chat. One big favor, one big favor. And this is my only favor I'm asking you. I'm going to make all of this live. I'm going to keep it up here. It's going to be a replay. You can share it with other people. Other people, if y'all watching again, my replay fam, make sure you put hashtag replay. But would you please, please, please come back after this live is over, when it's finished, and just leave a comment or a review if you really like these tips, or if you want to see something more like this, because I like talking about this kind of stuff, because I didn't have anybody outside of my parents and my first lady that would kind of talk to me about things, but it's so huge that I think a lot of people can benefit from it. So that's one thing I just want you to do. One thing is, after this live is over, please come back and just leave a review. And if you really like this discussion, I don't want to cut anybody off. If you have more comments, please put it below. I'll come back and address the comments. But if you really like this discussion, and you want to do one more favor for me, I know Clubhouse, y'all can't do this, but those of you that's watching on live, please share this replay with somebody that you know. It really definitely helps us continue the conversation and let people know that, hey, you don't have to just kind of keep going the way you're going, but there is a better way. You can share the story with your followers so they can come watch it again. Or you know what? If you have something specific that you want to ask me, you don't want to put it out in the comments, feel free to DM me and I will get back to you. You can also tag your friends in this video. So, all right. I know I was not trying to be up here that long, Chucky. God bless you. Let me know again if you guys have questions. And guess what? Because I love this conversation, I'm definitely gonna come back and probably do this again next Saturday. So until next time, I'll see you. Be blessed. Start dating. Move out of fear and know that you're the prize and you're worth it. Talk to you next week.